This morning,
Phil and Holly or Ruth and Eamon?
Phil and Holly.
No.
Adult Material was written by Lucy Kirkwood, who is mainly known for her work in theatre, but scripted latter episodes of Teensploitation, Sex and Drug Orgy, Skins. But don't let that put you off. Some saw Adult Material as a feminist take on the porn industries, others a head-foot comedy that turned dark really quickly, and some saw it as being an unrealistic portrayal. In all honesty, it's all of these things. The show kicks off with Hayley Burrows, who has the porn star moniker of Jolene Dollar. She's played by Hayley Squires. At the start, she is performing on an OnlyFans style webcam video while going through a car wash in a pink Audi. Pretty much the perfect setup for establishing the character. Has a love-hate relationship with her teenage daughter and has a male partner who supports her. The pivotal scene is her playing the mothering role to up-and-coming and seemingly naive porn star Amy Dayton, played by Sienna Kelly. Amy decides to do what they dub a rosebud scene for extra money, and there's questions over consent and accountability. Jolene feels guilty for what happened to Amy and confronts producer Carol. After effectively being blacklisted for speaking out, she goes on a personal mission with the help of tough, working MP and barrister Stella Maitland to get justice for what is effectively a lack of safeguarding at the hands of abusive men. As a comparison, one of the joys of watching modern classic boogie nights is spotting who the characters are based on. Even my next door neighbour's dog knows Dirk Diggler is John Holmes. In Adult Material, the characters seem like an amalgam of different real-life personalities. Jolene Dollar reminds me a bit of pin-up and celebrity cokehead Katie Price, with the pink car, breast implants and the glamour girl look, not to mention the fame-hungry, attention-seeking tendencies. Stella Maitland is a mashup of MP Harriet Harman, who was indeed an anti-porn campaigner in the noughties, a modern-day Mary Whitehouse without the looks. There's also parallels to Jackie Smith, another waste of space MP, whose husband paid for pornographic movies at the taxpayer's expense. American porn star Tom Paine, I believe, is most likely based on Max Hardcore. Let's get the negatives out of the way first. What's wrong with Adult Material? There's the problem most dramedies suffer from. The laugh or joke count isn't quite high enough to be PMSL for the most part, and it often detracts from the drama. Or when there is a shocking scene, rather than being impactful, it's like, where the fuck did that come from? It sacrifices realism for comedy, often going for the comedic line over plausibility. This is fine during the lighter moments, but as we see Hayley descend into her own personal hell, it's oddly jarring. The characters are mostly unlikable, with very few redeemable features. This includes Hayley, or Jolene, who is a female adult infant archetype. She is paradoxically often the instigator of her own problems, but also successful at most things she does. I'm not a huge fan of armchair psychology, but she has narcissistic tendencies. There was one controversial scene where she gives her daughter sex advice, and the comments were about what a bad parent she is, missing the point, just how far removed from reality she actually is.
Did you tell him to stop?
No. It was so awkward.
Okay, and were you doing it last night?
Yeah, but...
No, it's just because the thing is, it's really difficult for boys. They're not mind readers, babe.
The character of Amy is equal parts dumb and malicious. By the end, you just end up being apathetic towards her. The male characters are even worse. Tom Paine, a charming Patrick Bateman-esque figure who only seems to have two modes, abusive or crying. Bill Daniels as porn director Dave is also complicit. Rich, her partner, played by Joe Dempsey, is lazy and leeching off Jolene's dollars. Carol, played by Rupert Everett, is effectively the bad guy, and I think the main issue is his appearance, a cross between Peter Stringfellow, a Game of Thrones extra, and Brian Badonde. That sums it up, just how cartoonish the characters are. There was a lot crammed into 4 episodes, so some characters are undoubtedly going to be underwritten, but it's annoying when Phil Daniels is so charismatic and such a well-known face in British film and TV that he's underused, or Julian Ovenden as Tom Paine, who is so good at playing the charming psychopath, and his character ends up having all the depth of a gnat's piss. Rupert Everett at last gets to play a role other than Toff Totty, and he never really gets to do more than play off Haley. With that said, his acting is brilliant. There is, however, a shining jewel, and that's Kerry Godliman as Stella Maitland. A lot has been said about how good Hayley Squires is in the lead role, and to be fair, it's a great performance. But not enough is said at just how good Kerry Godliman is, especially considering she is better known as a stand-up comedian than an actress, and she is about the only character that feels fully three-dimensional.
Yes?
Yes, please.
You felt powerless, overpowered, in danger, in a man's home, a man that's stronger than you and he's more powerful than you.
Yes.
And Mr. Quinn, he comforted you, didn't he, on that occasion? What did he say?
So here's why you should watch it. It's a riches to rags story that succeeds as a piece of narrative fiction. While the characters are in some, if not most cases, cartoonish, or just people you wouldn't invite to your dinner party, the performances are so strong that it papers over some of the cracks of wonky writing. Despite issues of unrealism, it is also genuinely an original take on the pitfalls of the porn industry. That said, if you haven't seen it, Boogie Nights is the one to pick over this. Despite being 50 minutes shorter, it manages to squeeze in so much more nuance and intelligence. If you are looking to watch something before work or bed, adult material is a solid choice, and despite there being, in my opinion, more wrong with it than right with it, I did genuinely have a good time with it as a whole.
What is all this?
Feminist group from the local sixth form got my address.